What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero War Central. Happy Tuesday? Is it Tuesday? Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome back to the live stream. I'm gonna be dealing with a little bit of a sore throat today. Went to the unintentional dramatic hat turn. Went to the St. Louis Cardinals Philadelphia Phillies game yesterday, and it was an amazing game. And I yelled and screamed a bunch and trying to get my hat even. Good enough, whatever. Who cares? So my throat hurts, so I might not do a whole live stream. My throat hurts a lot. But Cardinals did win. We're a couple games out of the wild card. Hope to get up there, but we'll talk about baseball on my, baseball live stream YouTube channel. I don't have a baseball live stream YouTube channel, so it is what it is. Hold on, got an emergency message. Hold on. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. Emergency phone. Emergency text messages. Got to make sure that, you know, the boy is completely paid for. So, okay, earlier today, we got the news that we've been waiting for a long time. That the Summer Festival is coming on July 25th. The Great Storm event is July 15th. That's this coming weekend. According to Andre, the community manager over on the official Hero Wars community on Facebook. And I would imagine that it was leaked in the sneak peek section on the Hero Wars web Discord also. It was. So the Great Storm event is coming this weekend. The Summer Festival is on July 25th. And we know, or at least we think we know, based on Loadrunner's leaks, that there's a ×4 Emerald sale on the 22nd, which is the Friday before Summerfest is supposed to go live, right? We are assuming, you know how you are when you assume, we're assuming that the ×4 Emerald sale weekend directly before Summerfest is very much likely Time of the Fearless, right? The super free-to-play event. We had that event a couple of weeks ago that was another free-to-play-esque kind of event. Can't remember what the event was called, but it was like I can't remember what the event was called. It was a couple of weeks ago. Maybe it was last month's free-to-play event. And then, of course, the Great Storm, the Summer Festival is a 7-day event that begins Monday morning, Sunday nights, and lasts for 7 days. Now, this is welcome news. We've known this for the most part. And this is Facebook and web, by the way. I don't have any information about Hero Wars Mobile. Robert, I do apologize. There are some that are concerned about the delay and the early announcement, and that this has never really happened before. We're going to talk about strategy with the events in just a second, but one of my community members that's been around for a little while brought this concern to my attention, and I thought that I would just briefly chat about it. I don't want to, name any names, and I don't want to really go into it too much. But there's a collection of things that are happening that if we are to make giant assumptions, if we were to make big reaches, then this could mean that Hero Wars browser is having trouble meeting deadlines. So let's kind of break down a little bit of the different situations up to and including today's announcement of an event 2 weeks before it happens, which is very, very rare for Hero Wars to announce an event so early. It does happen, but it's very rare. So Summer Festival has been in June for the past couple of years. It wasn't in June this year. The thought was they weren't ready. They weren't ready to launch the event. Now, from what I understand, and I don't have anything official that I can share, but from what I can understand, Summer Festival is generally going to be the same this year as it was last year. There are some tweaks that we will discuss when I'm allowed to discuss them that are different this year than in previous years, but for the most part, it's the same event. So I don't know what all is involved with making an event launch happen, especially a event that's been around for a couple of years. But the idea that the event was delayed is because of not hitting goals, not having the event ready. The same could potentially be said about the Mojo Brawl event. Mojo was thought to receive some Ascension skills. The last Brawl event that we had, I believe, was Lilith, right? The Lilith Brawl, or maybe the Judge Brawl. The Judge or the Lilith Brawl, I can't remember what it was. And both of those heroes ended up getting their 2 Ascension skills. And for those of you that don't know, as you raise the ranks from Ascension Tier 1 all the way up to Ascension Tier 5, in the 2nd tier and the 5th tier of Ascension, there are upgraded skills for 2 of their existing skills. In this case, it's an upgrade to Possession, and in this one, it's an upgrade to Underworld Seal. Possession is the Violet ability, and Underworld Seal is the ultimate. And then similarly, there was a Judge Brawl. I don't know if it was before or after the Lilith Brawl, and for the sake of this discussion, it really doesn't matter. But I can't even find my Judge. Anyway, Judge had a brawl. Judge got 2 new skills. Mojo had a brawl. Mojo did not get the new Ascension skills. So therefore, Mojo's Ascension skills were not ready to ship. They were not developed properly. They were not play tested properly, and they were not shipped on time. Okay, that was a little while ago, by the way, a couple of weeks for sure. And then a little bit later, we had the new hero Amira. Right, the new hero Amira was released. Amira is a Way of Mystery hero on Hero Wars Mobile, and on Hero Wars Facebook and web, she does not have a tribe, and this is, to my knowledge, the first new hero that doesn't have a tribe, as far as I can remember. Right, I could be wrong about that, but Amira not gaining a tribe and tribal skill dependency is another sign that the Hero Wars browser team shipped something that wasn't quite ready to go, right? The hero is out. In the future, they'll add the tribe to her. Complete assumption, right? And then fast forward to this situation here. Summerfest is delayed. It was thought to be moved to July, and then it was swapped with the Pirate event, and the Pirate event happened in June instead of July as usual. And then finally, here we are with this announcement that the Summer Festival, followed by the Pet event, followed by 2 Titan events in a row, has something to do with the layoffs. You know, Hero Wars Nexters laid off like a third of their staff at the end of June, right? And, you know, the global economy is shrinking. Right? It is what it is. And, you know, all of that to say that that's not true. It's just a different schedule this year. It doesn't have to happen the same every year. I had somebody reach out to me yesterday, swearing up and down that Riotous Growth was this weekend, that we were supposed to get the Earth Titan event this weekend, and that is a guarantee, and I can make a video about it. And whenever I said I was going to wait and see, this individual got really upset at me. This is how it's been. I know this is going to happen. I don't know how they knew, whatever, but obviously at this point we know that they are wrong. The pet event, the Great Storm, is happening this weekend, and you know it is what it is. So, is there some grand problem with Hero Wars that they can't deliver content on time? Who cares? Ultimately, who cares? We're getting the events, right? We're getting, every weekend we're getting an event, like we always have, okay? It wasn't until recently that we started getting the Heroic Nesting Doll events on Mondays, right? And then we kind of got spoiled a little bit, and we assume that there's a huge problem now because we didn't get a doll event go live yesterday, right? Yeah, it is worth mentioning that I don't work for Nexters either. As long as the events are happening every weekend, right? Who cares if Mojo doesn't get his 2 Ascension skills now versus when he eventually does get them? I mean, if you're a Mojo main, I guess you would want it to happen. The Great Storm is coming faster than normal. Is it? Is it? It's every 2 months, right? Let's see. Let's see. Date posted 2022. I mean, looks like the end of May is when the Great Storm happened, right? June, July. 2 months? That seems right. Every 2 months the Great Storm happens. It's right on time. Right on time. Ivan, yes, the Great Storm was leaked on the official Hero Wars Discord by Andrew, and on the official Hero Wars community page by Andre, both community managers that do work for Hero Wars. It is clearly stated right here. The Great Storm event will start on July 15th. This is not me. This is not Loadrunner. Andre is a community manager. Andrew is a community manager over on the Hero Wars browser Discord. Yeah. That's not 2 months. Normally, real 2 months. I mean, every 2 months, pending events, they have to move some. You guys are overlooking. You guys are way overthinking this. That anybody who's concerned about this timeline is dramatically overthinking it. Yes, the economy is in trouble. Do you think that next year's global can do anything about that? Do you think? No. All they can do is reduce overhead, reduce cost, just like we all should be doing. This is not a financial planning channel. This channel's for entertainment purposes only. Many players bought emeralds during the Pirate event and have not used all of it, saving it for Summerfest. I think Nexters want players to spend it on a Great Storm, buy more emeralds before Summerfest. You know what? I understand discussing preparation for Summerfest. Now that we know exactly when it's going to be, I understand the argument that people thought that Summerfest was going to happen on a specific date. Right? I understand that. And I understand that people were holding on to resources for that situation, and that Summerfest with the Summerfest shop will provide a huge benefit to your heroes, buying items, buying skin stones, buying pet gems, all of that. But here's the great news. By the way, here's the great news. If you bought $1 worth of emeralds, if you bought $1,000 worth of emeralds in May to prepare for the Summerfest event, well, you can still spend those. If you spent those emeralds elsewhere, whose fault is that? The event is still happening. It's not like they took the event away. I don't understand this logic. I do not understand this logic. If you're a part of my community, I go into great detail discussing the efficiency of emerald spend on every event. People like Hero Wars Guide that I saw, and others within my community and other communities spend a lot of time discussing the efficacy of various events. And there's a ×4 emerald sale literally every single month. So, not a problem. It's literally not a problem. It is literally so not an issue that if you feel it's an issue, then you're going out of the way to look for issues. And Rods to Reels, it was just an arbitrary number, right? Unfortunately, I have to go to Phoenix. We'll see that is bad luck, right? And if Summerfest happened the first week of August, I would be upset too because I'll be out of the country. But I'll, So preparing for Summerfest. Let's discuss this. Let's go ahead and knock this out right now. So the Great Storm is the event that happens this weekend. There is not going to be a ×4 emerald sale this weekend, but you will get rewarded for buying emeralds. So if you absolutely need emeralds, you can kind of get a ×4 emerald sale if you buy a ×3 package and you are rewarded some of these emeralds. The spend emerald task is 90,000 emeralds. You do not need to spend 90,000 emeralds in order to finish the Great Storm. And to finish the Great Storm, I mean to collect all 7 of the Great Storm chests, including the boss chest. You absolutely don't need to spend 90,000 emeralds. At most, you could probably get away with spending like 3,000 to 5,000 if you absolutely screw up the map or have bad luck, with some random stuff. You need to capture battle points in the adventures. You just do this by playing. Spending 15,000 energy, spending 5,000 energy a day is something that's going to require some emeralds. A lot of us are, spending in the neighborhood of 1,500 energy every day anyway. This is going to be a big jump. Should you, shouldn't you? I don't know. Spend the emeralds here because there's not an Outland chest task for this event. And again, guys, you do not need to spend 90,000 emeralds to finish this event. The rewards, the coins that you can get, you can convert to, pet soul stones, which you can easily get elsewhere. Maybe not as fast, sure, but yeah, summoning pets, summoning using 80 summoning eggs, opening chests in adventures, opening 12 chests. If you can, complete a 4-chest adventure every day that the event is active, this isn't an issue. So the Great Storm is one of the better events to have before the Summerfest event because it doesn't require a ton of emeralds to finish, right? And if you do spend a ton of emeralds, let's just say, you know, for the sake of it, here we go. You know, you're gonna get, what is it? Let me see if I can find this. The Great Storm Wiki. Let's see if we can find this real quick. The Great Storm. Oh, wait. Hero Wars Wiki. Here we go. The chests. Story. Avatar. No. Where's the shop? The Great Storm Shop. Here we go. So the Storm Legacy chests and the Pet Soul chests, right? The Pet Soul chests and the Great Storm chest, 750 versus 1,000, right? Arguably the two best things to purchase. The Storm Legacy chest has pet summoning eggs in it, chaos particles, pet potions, gold, avatars, and the frame. The Pet Soul chest has five pet soul stones of your choice. It's going to take 750 or 1,000 of the coins in order to to purchase those. If you spend, you know, 4,000 emeralds gets you 15 pet stones, right? Like, this scales, in my opinion, okay, but it doesn't scale great, right? And if you're trying to find the most straightforward and easy way to buy soul stones, specific soul stones for your pets, maybe you're at that point in your Hero Wars account's lifetime that you need to specifically buy the soul stones, then you spend emeralds. But this is not an event that requires you to spend. If the rewards for spending emeralds was like more Titan seals or more Outland Skinstone chests, you know, because it's a currency that you then spend on the item that's either a random reward or a 5 soulstone reward when you need so many thousand soulstones. This is one of the better events to have before Summerfest. It just absolutely is. It absolutely is. I would say that it's completely necessary to complete every node in the event if you're able to. Many often opt to get the chests and that's it, but I feel it's important for growth. Okay. Well, there you go. Raven says you should complete it all. Have there been any leaks about solar skins? Not yet. Not yet, Topaz. Not yet. So then, you know, the weekend following this weekend is presumably Time of the Fearless, a completely free-to-play event. And, you know, you don't need to spend any resources to complete that event. You just don't. This is the... If you made it past Foundations of Power and Elemental Synergy without spending your nut that you purchased during the Pirate event, then you're going to be fine. The fact that they have more and more bugs. Florian, what bugs? Okay. So Florian says, I'm a little bit late catching up. To me, the fact that they're unready on most events is really not good. Unready. I don't see that they are unready. I'm just waiting for the Chabat diaper skin to leak. It's going to be epic. Can you imagine the shading? The particle effects. Crazy. We also get new skins for Summerfest leaks tomorrow. Sandy, do you think we're going to get the leaks tomorrow? Is that what the post said? Splash says, who cares when the event comes as long as we get it? Yep. Sounds like caca. They're hoping we burn our emeralds this weekend and will then open our wallet widely. Oh, well, I mean, as you should, right? Speaking of skins, Cart going to get bad luck protection during Iris event. Yes. Yeah, yes. Robert, it's the same. On Hero Wars Mobile, it's the same bad luck protection as always. But yes, 1,000%. 1,000%. I saw leak news in the Q&A. Is it the one on the official Hero Wars community? I definitely did not read the Q&A. We can browse it real quick. Interesting. I did not notice this. So there was a Q&A yesterday on the official Hero Wars community Facebook page. Interesting. Okay. Good morning. I would like to know when the update of the dungeon arrives. There are plans to rework, improve the dungeon, but we don't have... So they are working on a dungeon improvement for Hero Wars Facebook. Interesting. John Knox. Oh, there's our very own John. John, are you here? Glenn asks, will unused Ascension Season 2 rewards definitely be sent to email? I don't know 100% for sure, but usually yes. Usually yes. I would hate for that to happen and you guys lose them. But by the way, you should absolutely save your Ascension Season Soul Stones for when Summer Festival goes live. Try not to collect these if you can. The Ascension Season 2 will end after Summer Festival starts. Save these if you can and grab them during the event. Yeah. Let's see. How many new skins will be added with Summerfest? We will share some details tomorrow. Well, this post was 3 hours ago. Okay, cool. So it looks like we're going to get details about Summerfest skins on July 13th. Probably around 9 a.m. That's fantastic news. Pratesh, the dungeon was updated on Hero Wars Mobile exactly 1 year ago this month. The dungeon on Hero Wars Mobile was completely overhauled on July of last year. When will we get new bosses in Asgard? Don't have an answer for you. No answer. When will be additional content added for Titans? No new Titan-related content for a while. Maybe after the new Foundations of Power special event, developers will decide to focus more on that. We'll see. Okay. Will they have any updates or grow? Nothing new there. When's the new pet event coming? Don't have any specific date, but there'll definitely be one this year. The new pet will be coming this year. Very cool. New pet coming this year. Mira's, he's the guy that gave me that Aurora, Celeste, Nebula, Nebula Faceless Leon deck last year. Cool guy. Very cool guy. What heroes will get new solar skins? Share details tomorrow. To move the Facebook meta platform to an alternate web version due to the increasing amount. Wrote this down to pass it on to the developers. This would be interesting. I would absolutely like to see this happen. I like the integration with Facebook that Hero Wars has, but I would also like to see it on its own separate platform, accessible by its own separate platform if possible, right? Keep the Facebook integration for the friendship chips and all of that if you don't have a guild. I think that's somewhat beneficial, but having the ability to access the game not using Facebook in case something happens where it goes down again, I can see huge benefit in that. That's a really cool idea. Exchange items. Our developers are thinking about possible solutions, but it's just not the focus of the team right now. Okay. Can we get more options on the next events, such as which hero gets Ascension skills? That's the reason why we gather feedback. Feel free to suggest anything you want. Okay. Okay. Which heroes will get Ascension skills next? I don't have any specific dates. Okay. Will the Golden Season tickets ever lower their price? Don't know anything about that right now. That means no. It's going to be $45 USD probably forever. When will Summerfest start? July 25th at 5 a.m. UTC. That's 2 a.m. UTC on web, by the way. Heroes ever get Ascension skills soon? Let's see. More heroes will definitely get them in the future. No specific dates. Our team will make sure to let you know. Okay. Great Storm event starts this weekend. Okay, there we go. So there are all of the Q&A. Very insightful. I'm sorry that I missed this. I feel bad for missing this 3 hours ago. I saw that this was happening, but I just didn't pay it any mind. I guess I'm a loser for not doing that. Sorry, everybody. Wow. Let's see. Timison, yes. Iris is definitely going to punish Satori and Leon. Absolutely. Can't wait. I think I'm all caught up with the questions. Charlie, we did not get any 4th of July community gift. Why? Ivan, why do you think that they would? Why do you really think right now, given everything that's going on, that they would celebrate 4th of July? Crazy kid. Funny joke. Funny joke. What was the dungeon upgrade on mobile? Let's see. So the dungeon upgrade on Hero Wars Mobile last year, they took out all of the hero fights and doubled the rewards for the Titan fights, right? And then they made it so that the checkpoint was every 5 rooms instead of every 10 rooms. They also added the dungeon coins and the dungeon coin merchants. Yeah. Dungeon raids. Oh, that's right. They didn't have dungeon raids. They did not. Yeah, they added that too. The ability to autocomplete. Yeah, that's handy. Sometimes you take things like that for granted, right? There said there would be, yep, they sure did. Solar Skin leaks tomorrow. Solar Skin leaks tomorrow. Guys, check this out. I'm super excited. Super excited. You see this? This guy right here, Choice of Greater Insignia. I am 1 tank fight and 4 daily quests completed away. I'll finish this tomorrow, and that will net me the 125 greater insignia. And then a couple of days later, we get 150 more. And just kind of want to show off a little bit. I'm very excited about this. Look at my almost A5 Kark. I think those 2 boxes are going to knock out these 2 nodes for me. Right here. These 2 right here. And then with any luck, either this weekend or during Summer Festival, the Valor Insignia will be the daily double reward. I really want to finish my Kark off. Really want to finish my Kark off. Very excited to have him done. And then after yesterday's, we spent a lot of time. No, you don't. No, you don't, Scott K. I actually tried that this morning. You don't get double credit. That's a great question, though. I actually, let's see. I fought a double tank team this morning, and it only gave me credit for 1, unfortunately. And I was really upset because this lineup right here, I killed the Galahad. This fight right here, I killed the Cleaver. And this fight right here, I killed the Aurora. All 3 of these fights, I killed the tank, but I didn't win. I mean, technically, if you take a look at the wording of this quest, it says, defeat a tank hero in the arena. I defeated the tank hero. I didn't win the fight, though, so I understand why. Hold on. Yeah. Will we play Guess the Hero with a sneak peek at the new Solar Skins? Yeah, definitely. When we get those leaks tomorrow, it's going to be definitely one of the things we talk about in tomorrow's live stream. For sure. Now, I haven't even looked at my my tasks for today as far as my Guild War assignments. I'm kind of concerned because it's the unit. Facing off against a Satori hero or a Satori team. Interesting. We don't even have the Citadel down? Oh, man. A 666k Satori team. I should probably train against this, but I think I'll be okay. I mean, I don't know. Let's see if they put Tony in the chat here for me to test. Nope. Maybe I'll ask about that. Well, before we jump into that, I real quick I want to show you guys what I'm thinking about for is it this one? Yeah, it's this line right here. So this is what I'm thinking about for my attacking team in the future. I tested a lot of different lineups. I really like the idea of using Kai. Like, a lot of players are leveling up Dante, a lot of players are leveling up Heidi, a lot of players are leveling up the Undead. And I was thinking a lot about using Kai for my Kark team, because, I'm a Kark main, right? And whenever you're building teams, you can decide to build, around your pillar hero, which in my case is Kark. And, you know, I thought, well, I could level up Kai. Kai with his 2 Ascensions is really strong, actually. But I couldn't really find a lineup with Kai that worked against my 2 Guild War assignments yesterday. And I've kind of been toying around with this idea of seeing if Kai is worth leveling up against my Guild War assignments that I'm beginning each week. Of course, it's a very limited sample size. But on defense, I think that Kai is a great choice. On offense, I think doing Nebula Iris is actually going to be the play here. I think Nebula Iris with Kark and Astaroth and Martha, I think it's a really cool opportunity. Now, the fights that I had yesterday that I was struggling so hard against, at max level, I do actually win those fights. Right, I did max power against my 2 targets yesterday to see if it was a power difference or if it was a hero choice difference, and the problem was a power difference. Right, if my Martha was a little bit stronger, then I could have easily fought that Azhu team, and if my power level was a little bit stronger, I could have easily defeated this this Dante Maya Celeste lineup. Right. But I really wanted to try some different things, and I think that this may be something that I'm going to be looking into in the future. Not this one. No, not this one. Which one was it? Did I not use the lineup in this fight? I don't think maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't try it. Well, let's try it real quick. So it's Astaroth, and then Nebula, and then Kark, Iris, and Martha. This is a good whatever lineup. So this has got a lot of cool, fun synergy to it, and you know, it solves the problem of me finishing off certain teams that I have trouble with. Iris does that, but I'm able to win. This was a manual mode fight. I should have played it in manual. But this lineup seems like a really fun offensive team, right? Sounds like they're being clipped. Am I being clipped? What does it mean? It's wrong wording anyway. Yeah, Avogadro, yes. Okay, so thank you for mentioning that. Somebody yesterday mentioned this lineup to me, and I didn't try it because my Nebula is pretty weak, or I did try it and it didn't work out very well. I wasn't sure who gave me the credit, but that is definitely something that I want to try. And then on defense, I think it'll work on defense, but this is actually the lineup right here on defense that I think I may end up ultimately settling on also. You know, I can level up my Kai to go with Kark, which, by the way, in a lot of instances, Kai is the better choice than Faceless. Just, you know, while we're discussing it. The reason why I haven't really necessarily leveled up Kai much is because I've been needing to level up Helios and, you know, Morgan and Celeste and all of these other intelligence-based heroes. I need to work on my Martha more, right? But let's see if that lineup works here. Now, this is obviously current power level, so it's not going to end up working out too well for me, but let's try it. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens. Let's just go auto mode, full speed. You need a tank killer with your team now. Kark dead. Iris dead. Too weak. Team is just too weak. We'll let this finish out. Let it finish out. I just got to use Fox Iris. Is that how you beat that team? Let's check out Raven's. Let's check out Raven's attempt at this. Dante, of course, just immediately crushes Sebastian. Guys, Dante's insane. He's so good. So good. Fun blender lineup here, though. Armor penetration, bonus attack, bonus critical hit. Fox gives critical hit too, right? I think Fox's artifact weapon is critical hit also. Maybe you should stop making new heroes and try to get all the heroes you're making to counter someone stronger so it will be better in the long run and have 20 heroes that do nothing. Well, there's two ways of looking at this, Sandy. Two ways of looking at this. I can either live my life by other people's standards, and I don't mean this in a snarky way. I don't mean to say that your suggestion is ridiculous. I could live my Hero Wars life building up heroes that counter other people's heroes, or I can build my heroes so strong that they have to counter mine. That's the play. That's the play. That's the play. I think you need to level up a lot of heroes based on different server choices, and I think that any team can work eventually with the right supports. But you know, I think based on the core of heroes that I have, I think pushing my Nebula and Martha up a little bit, pushing my Astaroth up a little bit. You know, if I can keep my Iris alive, I don't necessarily need an offensive tank, right? I do need to drop in Morrigan against Rufuses, but that's a different argument altogether. A lot of different Rufus counters out there. Yeah. Double armor penetration is justified when there are 2 and 3 armor contributors. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Against other Kark, you can use Seb and Yaz with your Kark team. Okay. It's armor penetration. Oh yeah, you're right. Fox is armor penetration. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. I think the play of 75% for sub-ins. Yep. Yep. I think so I've been thinking about this a lot too, actually. Corvus is a very strong tank. And you guys know I've been investing a ton into Corvus lately. But part of me just feels like I'm wasting my time leveling up Corvus. That I should just focus on Astaroth and really not care about anything else. Like, if Kark gets another armor penetration skin or a physical attack skin, he's gonna be able to crush some people without a lot more assistance, and he won't have as much trouble clearing some of the thick boys and girls that I go up against. But if I were to focus, per Sandy's suggestion, getting these counter heroes, getting Helios up to 100k, getting my Osh team up to at least 100k, right? Not even all my Osh heroes are at 100k. Getting Celeste and Morgan, potentially Rufus up a little bit higher, and a couple of others, Judge, Leon. I really need to get Leon up a little bit higher so she can survive Kira teams. Getting those heroes up to the 80 to 90 to 100k mark to help out my core team is another great strategy. Absolutely. Corvus needs to be a similar level to your Astaroth Kark to be truly effective. He's a heavy investment. Yep, heavy investment, high payoff. I just don't know that I have enough other heroes leveled to play with Corvus. Is my concern. Like, I can eventually, like, Spooky Festival is in October, and they have the same or similar item shop that Summerfest has. So, you know, I've been working a lot. I do have enough items built, and I should be able to buy enough items from Summerfest to get my Corvus to. Well, I'm working on the Ruler's Globus right now. If I can finish the Ruler's Globus and this blue plate armor before Summerfest hits, I can actually get him all the way to Red +3, which is what I'm really pushing for. So I'm looking at doing that. Like, I'm really pushing to do all of that to see if I can do it. But at the same time, I don't know. I need more hero options. I need more hero options. At least on mobile, Helios has always had some specific breakpoints as it relates to magic attack. I've not really focused too much on the breakpoints for Helios. I've just been trying to keep him alive. You're commenting on your video about Dante. The counter Dante? Nedzad, I'll go take a look at it. So here's my thinking. I don't think that I need to train against this. Where am I going? For this Guild War fight, I don't think that I need to train against this. I really don't think that I need to. The main things that you need to consider when you're dealing with Cleaver is, you know, absolutely having Dorian. The one thing is which pet am I supposed to have on Merlin? Am I supposed to have the I'm sorry, on Dorian. Am I supposed to have the Axle on him so he stays alive long enough to get hooked? Or do I want him to die fast? I can't remember which one it is. You could go with either Sebastian or Nebula for this. Be careful with that, Satori. Well, that's the thing. I don't need to be careful because I have Sebastian or Nebula. Like, Nebula is another good choice here also. Right? Could just use Nebula. Sebastian is a must. Use Sebastian. Sort of a mix-up. I could use Kai here. If my Kai was a little stronger, I could use Kai here. Some bonus damage. But I think Faceless is the play. Faceless with the stun, countering the cleaver hook. We'll wait for the armor to drop before we... Ooh, physical attack bonus? Okay. Yeah, there we go. So, wasn't really worried about this fight. Maybe I should have taken it a little bit more serious. But a lot of people think Satori counters Kark. He does not. If Kark is tanking, or if Kark is exposed, Kark takes that basic basic magic attack damage from Satori. That could be hurtful. But, you know, with Nebula or Nebula on mobile, specifically, or Satori plus, I'm sorry, Sebastian or Nebula on Facebook to remove those bonus Foxfire marks. A lot of people don't realize that Kark actually gains bonus energy. Satori is lame in Facebook. I would not level up Satori on Facebook and web, personally. He's one of my boys' favorite heroes, but I wouldn't level him up personally. I like him a lot better in the tribe on mobile than anywhere on Facebook and web. I know he's good. I know he's really good. I don't like it. So we only have one target as for now. I'm guessing once the Citadel gets breached, if we breach to the Citadel, I'll get an assignment from the Mage Academy, the Barracks, Lighthouse, Foundry, or one of the Citadel here. We'll just wait patiently. If it's a fight worth discussing in tomorrow's live stream, we absolutely will. You can destroy an ODH team, okay? Does Nebula remove the Foxfire marks too? Oh yeah. Yep. Absolutely does. Nebula removes, with Serenity, removes negative effects from them. And her Ascended Serenity will block an additional debuff after that. Kind of cool. Curious. Rocky. Yeah, it's magic damage. Okay. Nice. It is funny, in my opinion, Satori is kind of the magic version of Kark. Kind of. Does Nebular move the let's see. Celeste and Nebular move Foxfire Marks. Oh yeah, Celeste. Can't forget about Celeste. Celeste has... Is it Zenith? White? Limbo? Yeah. The Purifying Sphere that she uses when she converts to her healing form clears and blocks all the negative effects, afflicting the ally. Yeah. The best combo support is Nebula, Sebastian, Jorgen. Okay. Okay. So yesterday, guys, I opened 600 artifact chests. Did not get the grand prize, by the way. But I was able to get my Iris from low violet all the way up to 100 and almost absolute star. Yeah. I finished getting my Corvus to absolute star. I finished getting my Nebula to absolute star. I put a bunch into my Morrigan, a bunch into my... I got my Rufus from low greens up to, decent mid-range blues. I got my Dante from gray into a good amount of green and blue. And then the rest I dumped into Heidi. Yeah. It's been a lot of keys yesterday. Well, Scott K, I mean, all heroes can get the Foxfire Marks, but Kark does get them faster. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. It depends on if you have to support the guy goes for every hero. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm worried about leaving myself open to needing too much more. Like if I level up Corvus, I also have to work on Morrigan. But if I instead work on Astaroth and then maybe work on Rufus next, instead, then, I can do Celeste or Kai or more Helios. Although, have you guys seen me use Helios at all since I've joined the Gold League, by the way? Something that something that I noticed yesterday was I haven't used Helios one time. Not one time since I've been promoted or since I joined a Gold League guild. Not one time. I don't even think that there are any Yasmins in the unit. I'm sure there are. Let's see. Bridge, Bastion of Fire, Foundry. No Yasmin. A Zhu. Okay. Could have used the Helios here, I guess. This is the Kai. Oh! Raven, you lost to this team last week. That's why you were saying you had to use the Fox Iris. I love it. Okay. Matris. Okay, here's a Yasmin. Okay. So Carlos did use a Yasmin, a Helios to counter the Yasmin there. Okay. Let's see. Another Zhu. Celestible clear. Oh, did not finish off that. Oh, that's the... okay, that's another Zhu. Oh, there's one of those. Bastion of Fire. Bastion of Ice. Citadel. Zhu. Aphrodite's. Zhu. There's a lot of Zhu teams. Zhu. Perry. TK. Who are you using for your damage dealer? What are you doing here? What are you doing, TK? Who? Okay. Let's see. Katsuo. No. Dave the Dead. Nope. Sicina, nope. Gormsby. Oh, here's another Yasmin. So there's 2 Yasmins. Carl. Oh, that's a. Let's see. Spring Development. Citadel, Gorms, Carl, Foundry, Craig. Fashion Device. So there's what? 3? There's 3 Yasmins. I just don't see maybe it's just that they're not putting me up against the Yasmins. I don't know. Fox is besto girl. I love it. There's always the LOL Osh team that you need to level. Yeah, so after yesterday's huge debacle of not being able to defeat that silly LOL Osh team in Grain Arena, it makes me think that my Martha is not nearly like I have a lot of potential work for Martha. Her armor skin, her health skin aren't near maxed out. I haven't even unlocked her cool masker. I haven't even unlocked this skin. Her glyphs aren't even all maxed. Her artifacts are maxed, I guess. You know, her ascension's only like at tier 1 or tier 2. I have a lot of opportunity for Martha. If we're talking about intelligence items and skin stones and the intelligence heroes that I should be leveling, it probably should be Martha. Probably should be Martha. I don't know. At 40 skins, you're missing almost half the stat bonus. Whew. Be careful leveling Martha. Well, how high does Iggy have his, Martha? That's the benchmark, Raven. How high does Iggy have his? If you can do 30 million damage, then you don't need to be any better, right? 30 million times 30 or 28 times 30 is the 800 million that you need. Oh, Geronimo, I'm going to use Kai on defense, not on offense. Kai on defense, not offense. How do you make Sebastian do more damage against Ash? More physical attack. Sebastian's pure damage bonus is modified by physical attack. More physical attack. Yeah. The amount of critical hit he gives to allies is based on physical attack. Okay. None of his stats are actually based on critical hit. So it's a low priority skin for Sebastian because all the attacks that he does is just basic attacks, right? Getting his physical attack and agility maxed out is super, super important. Agility, physical attack. Ascension, super important. Kai's good on attack, Geronimo. He's not as utility. He doesn't have as much utility on attack. Right? If I'm trying to, and the problem is he pushes Nebula away. So it's like if you use Kai with Kark, it limits the rest of your team in a way. Whereas you can use like Sebastian or Faceless or Jorgen or whatever with Nebula, or you can use not Nebula and Sebastian and Jorgen, and different options like that. So, it's just a limitation. Just having options. He does a lot of frontline damage, and Kai, by the way, does pure damage. I don't know if a lot of people don't realize this, but Kai's explosive sphere actually does pure damage. So, in a way, even though it's very weak, in a way, he could help me with my tank kill problem. He could. Kind of. Mr. NCSU is asking about the magic attack for Martha. So let's discuss that, because this is actually a question that gets brought up a lot, is how important is magic attack for Martha and other healers? Well, if you look at her skills, only the teapot is modified by the magic attack, right? Her green ability that is a self-heal is modified by health. Her totem single target heal is modified by health. The area of effect heal that the totem provides is modified by magic attack, and it is a 60% magic attack. Yeah, it is a good chunk, right? If the totem stays alive, then it's way more beneficial. But aside from silencing, which you can silence Martha as well, Martha is one of the only hero, maybe the only healer, now that I think about it. Martha is the only healer that you could stop just by doing something. Hitting with an area of effect attack. Like, for example, Kai's, multi-hit attack. Any hero that hits multiple heroes can knock over her totem. And magic attack becomes a pointless stat for her. It becomes a pointless stat. That's why Martha's kind of frowned upon in a lot of PvP, because you can easily counter her healing. And it's deceptive how much healing she actually does, because she's self-healing. She spends most of the fight self-healing with her basic attack. Right? So people think that she's the best healer just on sheer numbers. But you need her because, of Zhu and others. And the prevalence of Astaroth means she almost never ults anyway. So it's kind of a silly hero to level up, but in a lot of ways you have to level it up. How does pure damage relate to crit hits? How does pure damage? Kevin, you mean in relation to Sebastian, or what do you mean? Robert, yes. There is a sweet spot, but it's different for every single fight. Thea is underrated as a healer? Oh, 100%. 100% Thea is underrated as a healer. I just don't have room for her. I don't have any spot for her. Dorian and Celeste both offer utility that I find more valuable right now. I was thinking Yasmin being countered by Helios. How does pure damage relate to crit hits regarding Yasmin being countered by Helios? Kevin, why don't you message me on Discord? Because I'm not clear 100% what you're curious about. I'm sorry, I'm not clear on that. Helios counters critical hits with his... he summons Solar Wind, Flaming Spheres, and then anytime Helios or the allies get hit with a critical hit, then the Flaming Retribution hits them with magic damage. Yasmin's attacks, if she crits, applies a poison that is pure damage. This is separate from her critical hits. So if she crits, this poison damage is applied, but this poison damage isn't modified by her critical hit. Does that make sense? If she crits, it's added, but the crit size and the poison damage size are not related at all. Pure damage and crit hits confused. I gotcha. So pure damage ignores armor and magic defense, Kevin. Pure damage, that's damage that is in green on a hero, ignores armor. No amount of armor, no amount of magic defense, no amount of health, nothing like that. This goes straight to the enemy's health total. Whereas a critical hit is a physical attack that does double damage. And critical hits can be reduced by armor. You cannot critical hit magic attack, but you can critical hit a physical attack. So for example, this is 21,000 damage. If it crits, then it's 42,000 damage. Right? But it's not a pure damage hit. Her skill adds the pure damage after the critical hit is applied. Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm going to go drink some water, guys. Thanks for hanging out. We had a really good live stream today. Really good live stream. Hero Wars is doing fine. They're just like every other multi-million-dollar international tech company. They gotta overhead and all of that. It is what it is. Live stream will be tomorrow, 12 p.m. Central Time. That's 5 p.m. UTC. I guess the thing that we're going to be talking about absolutely the most is going to be the solar skins, the 2022 solar skins for Hero Wars Facebook. It looks like mobile is getting the celestial skins instead of... Read between the lines here. Mobile is getting celestial skins instead of solar skins. Just think about that. That's all I can say. That's all I can say right now. We'll talk more about it when I'm allowed to say more. I look forward to seeing all of you back here tomorrow. Please leave a like on the way out if you found this live stream helpful. I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go get some water or something. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.